Hey, how's it going, everybody? How are you doing? Sir, I was talking to Certainly Dev out in the chat room, Campbell.
Oh.
And I was just
Hello,
saying...
Surly Dev.
What'd you say?
Hello, Surly Dev.
Yeah, he was asking questions about color commands for when you're flying your drone around. And I let him know what they are. Let's test those out right now. Let's get to a normal view here. I'll switch over to my machine. I was just looking at these two lines from background worker right here. And let's see. I want to go to my drone control, launch a drone, fly it out, and then in the chat room I'm going to type in red. There you go. And now I'm going to type in blue. I should put buttons on the Stream Deck, Campbell.
Huh?
I should put buttons on the Stream Deck so that I...
Is it just the word or is it bang the word?
It's bang the word is what it is. Yeah. So that's what it is. It's kind of fun. You can kind of leave a little splat out there, but I should definitely create buttons for it so I can drop the different colors as I'm flying around. Cool. Let's do a little thing we call...
What?
Oh? We can't do it, man. We got interrupted. Ah! Everything's going wrong. Oh no, it's Bill Simser.
Hello.
Ocular Malice is in the house. How you doing, Bill? I saw your subtweet of our notification this morning. Thanks so much. I love how you call me a grown man every time. Watch a grown man. I'm like, I take that as a compliment. That is a total compliment. All right, back to what I was saying before.
What happened last time?
Why don't you give us a demo, Campbell? I made a couple changes to the code just this morning before you got in.
Oh, okay.
And the changes are actually on screen now. I just added some of the data for defining Jupiter, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. No worries, Dr. Malice. All right, so tell us what we did last time, Campbell.
So last time, in Unity, we started modeling the solar system. Now here we have the Sun, Jupiter, and this isn't. This is all to scale, but it's not the right distance away and in order. But that speck right there, that's Earth.
That's Earth. Looks like a star in the background a little bit.
It does.
Can you change the camera in there so we can zoom in and prove this claim that that's Earth?
Yeah, I can.
Maybe just start it. You can start the game without it maximizing and maybe zoom in from the other one. What's that? Oh, that's...
So this is Earth right here.
Okay.
And then if we zoom out, we can see...
All right. It's right between the two. The claim appears to be valid. So we just modeled these flat out in here. Then we started dropping in, we started actually trying to put them to distance, to scale. And we had problems with Unity, where Unity was complaining due to floating point inaccuracies. It was suggesting we move the objects in closer to the sun, is essentially what it was saying. Pluto, sigh, says Ocular Malice. So yeah, that's kind of where we left off last time. That's kind of where we left off. Between then and here, what are you thinking?
You can kind of see where the material wraps around, like right here.
You see the wrapping point there of the four corners, right? Because we're wrapping this square onto a circle, right?
Yeah.
Not necessarily an easy challenge to do, right? Because it doesn't map. So there's got to be some stretching and maybe some joining and things like that. Also, the fact that you can see those up there also indicates that we could probably design a better wrapping rectangle design so that we can't see those so easily up at the top.
Yeah, you can also see it's a bit like warped to fit around a circle because, well, like you said, it's a square being wrapped around a circle.
It's hard for me to tell for sure that it's warped because I don't have a strong sense of what the original was. The original was kind of wavy a bit.
But it does feel a little bit like everything is coming to this one point.
Oh, there's more detail up here than there is around the middle.
Yeah.
The middle feels stretched out. The detail feels less detail. I see. Yeah, okay. So what I would like to do is this. I would like to delete our Jupiter and delete, you don't have to do it now, but I'll tell you what I want to do. You can hold on to that for a second. Oh, all right, fine. I want to delete the Jupiter. I want to delete the Earth. Then I want to add them programmatically using the data we have. So we add the models at the right size. And what I like to do, look, I think the goal of getting the scale from the distance, I'm giving up on that goal today. Partially because we have the Surly. Do you just? By the way, I don't know if you saw my scroll up in the chat room. I gave you some data on the on dropping the colors out there. All the colors that are valid. That looks like you found it. Okay, cool. Isn't that kind of fun? Surly's gonna, Surly does the formation squad. Yeah, multiple drones. I saw the color stuff. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, and so I'm talking to him about he's implementing it now. So he's changing his code that controls the drones. So they're gonna fly and just paint the whole screen probably. Yeah. So we'll see what happens with that. Okay, let's go over to code on your machine. Can we do that? Show me the code. I think there were two things I wanted to talk to you about. We were having trouble writing these two lines of code. We were last time.
You can't change Z.
Right. You can't change Z. We tried to do this, and I wanted to review that. Right. Then the other piece too we were trying to figure that we had a little bit of trouble on was getting what's the new Z. Right. And at first there was kind of an attempt to try to get to it here. Right. Because we knew that planet was out there, that class. But then we hit the dot and nothing was coming up. And it didn't. And in the moment, I just kind of wanted to review. I wanted to kind of look over that again and say, look. In fact, I had a dream about this. You want to see what my dream looked like? My dream was this. I added a bunch of lines on top and a bunch of lines on the bottom. And I said, look, you're in the method right here, Campbell. Right? Everything you need is somewhere in this method. Right? Or it should be to do the work you want to do. Which means the place you want to go to get it is going to be like a local variable or a variable passed in as a parameter or potentially a field variable which is outside. Sometimes that occurs like up at the top. We'll declare those like a transform link or a game object link. Those fields we put up there at the top, right? Does that make sense? All I wanted to do is I just wanted to review that right there and say, hey, that's kind of what we were, take a look at that. Because that right there, and again, when you've got this parameter, this is the piece you use, that's the type. Because in C#, they put the types before the variables. That's what they do. Does that, how do you feel about that, Campbell? Does that make more sense at least than yesterday? Yesterday, yeah, also it'd been a while since we had done this too, I think. Hold on a second, I'm going to blow my nose. Okay, so next, what do we want to do? We've got model planet, whoops, and I'm tabbed to the next reference on that, and we've got this called right down here, create planets.
Earth, Venus, and Mercury.
Yeah.
But we need to do that for every other planet.
I want to create some more, but you know what? Let's stick with, actually, let's go with the big ones, the big planets. The planet's diameter is this third parameter. So the biggest ones we got are Jupiter. Looks like Saturn are both big ones. Okay, so let's take care of Jupiter and Saturn for sure.
Definitely not Mercury and Venus because those are so small.
And we'll get the order of these in a bit. So Jupiter and Saturn, okay?
Yep.
All right. Let's, these are going to be hard to see, so I'm just going to comment these out for a second. So we're just going to model these two. The other thing I want to do is when we do model planet, now one of the things we're trying to do that I'm suggesting we don't do anymore is this. The average distance to sun, and this UU at the end means unity units. Akinlad says, if you're really interested in how to scale the universe, the guys who wrote Kerbal Space Program have a video talk about how they did it. It's an hour long, but they do some neat stuff dealing with large scale. Well, that's cool. Because remember what we talked about, Campbell, we had problems with scaling or with doing a lot of small things. Remember when we were adding a lot of volumes of cylinders, and we had that weird behavior that the more we added, hold on a second, let me turn that up a second. I'll show that in a second. The more we added, the less sometimes the accuracy increased, and then we added another one, and then the accuracy went further away.
Yeah.
And then we added another one, and the accuracy got back closer again. And we had this kind of wobbling accuracy that didn't make sense. And when we changed from working with floats to working with decimals, so floats got 4 bytes and a decimal's got 16, when we changed to decimals, the problem went away and everything worked like we expected it to work. So the same kind of problems are happening here. And so when Ocular Malice says it's an hour long, but they do some neat stuff dealing with large scale, when you're dealing with accuracy and large scale accuracy of any kind, across great distances, great scales, the more bytes you have to represent a number, the more accurate you will be. So just because the software gives us a decimal at 16 doesn't mean that's the end of representing numbers. You could create your own custom number that had 100 bytes in
A
it.
double decimal.
Yeah. You could build your own, Campbell, and build your own mathematical functions, or you could use what's in the framework. There are often in frameworks, there are things more precise than even decimals. Okay? Let me just give a quick look at at what this looks like over here, building a new universe in the Kerbal Space Program. So this is that link. I'm just going to skip around here, see if we got any cool pictures here. Yeah, all right, we might take a look at that. Thanks for that. Thanks for the link. I appreciate that, Bill. Okay, so I don't want to do this anymore because this is the actual position.
Yes, and that's...
Actual position, and I'm just going to make a note here, led to problems. Oh, by the way, this is a comment, Campbell.
Yeah, I remember.
Did we teach you that?
Yeah,
okay.
we did.
Actual position led to problems in Unity, complaints about accuracy. We also had problems with the camera. In other words, we went to the location of the planet we dropped and tried to look at the sun, and we couldn't see the sun even though we were looking right down the z-axis at it. We should have seen it. Mm-hmm. So we couldn't see the sun.
I think it was because we were so far away. The sun was so small.
That might be true. It could have been that the sun was too small and we couldn't see it. That would depend on our the wideness of the angle of the camera. So we can change how wide the camera is. So it's like a fisheye lens, so everything is warped, right? In which case it would be very small. Or we can make it, less of that, so that things are closer to accurate to full size, no matter how far away they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ocular says probably the camera was clipping. That's what I was really thinking was maybe happening.
We weren't using the camera. We were using in the scene view.
We were using the scene viewer.
Yeah, the scene view camera.
And we couldn't see it from the scene viewer. And so maybe the scene viewer camera was clipping. That's kind of what I was thinking. Hey, Smash 8 Tap is here. Welcome.
Hello, Smash 8 Tab.
Glad to see you out here. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So what I want to do instead of this, right? Complaints about floating point accuracy. So remember, floats are only 4 bytes long. So if we're going to have any problems with accuracy, it's going to be with a float. Why do they use them in Unity if they're so, inaccurate?
Huh. I don't know.
I'll give you my theory on it. I think that the reason they do it is because most games aren't the size of the universe.
Yeah,
and they don't need that high level of accuracy. What they need instead is a high level of performance. And so the smaller the amount, the fewer the bytes I have to store the number, the faster I can send data around, right? Instead of sending you 8 or 16 bytes, I only send you 4. I can do that faster.
Yeah.
Ocular Malice says all cameras have a clipping distance. Usually for performance, but there are tricks around that. So yeah, we tried changing. Go switch over to Unity and let's look at our cameras. Smash 8 Tap says, hello, Campbell. Right back to you. So click on the camera. And yeah, our clipping plane seems pretty far away. It's like 2 times 10 to the 7th is what it is. So it's about, a couple million. But what we tried to do at the last minute, we were saying, well, let's divide everything by 1,000 and see if we can get it to fit. Do you remember that?
Yeah, didn't work either. Did it?
Yeah, we had problems with the sun. We couldn't see the sun. Even though we got this, or no, we did when we divided by 1,000, but when we divided by 1,000,000, we couldn't do it. the sun went away. And when we tried to zoom in on it, we double clicked it. It put the camera too far away. It wouldn't get the camera up close enough to it.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, what are we going to do with it? So I think what we're doing is we're dividing everything by 1,000. We're going to start with the sun already there. Can you click on the sun and let's see what it is? Yeah. So there's the scale. That's the scale in thousands of kilometers. See that X, Y, and Z up there, Campbell? Can you highlight those for everybody watching? Good. So that's, you multiply that by 1,000, and that's how many kilometers across the sun is.
Yeah.
Let's go into our code and let's go make sure we're still dividing by 1,000 because I forgot how we left it off. Go into planet.cs. See those UU units right there? I want to make sure we're dividing by 1,000 in those. Scroll down to the properties. Yep, there's 1,000. See the average distance to sun?
Yes.
That's a read-only property. It's got a getter, and the getter just simply does a calculation for us.
Divided by 1,000.
Yeah, the cool thing about a property is I can access it just like I'm accessing a field. I don't have to put parens in it. It's not like a method call, but it acts like a method call. It can actually do whatever code I want to do. So every time I call this property, it's going to take this and do a divide operation on it. Okay? So sometimes that's useful just for readability. So we got the UU in unity units, and then the diameter flat out is going to be in kilometers, right? Like that. I've got some of these units at the end, but not in all of them. I think I'm going to change this, Campbell.
Yeah.
I think I want to rename this to KM, diameter KM. What else? We could do this as well. We could follow this, and this is temperature C for Celsius.
Yeah.
Okay.
We might even put a full Celsius.
Sure.
But
I like it. Let's do it. So just do it. Celsius. What did I do wrong? What, is that right? I feel like
I think so.
All right. For some reason, that looks really wrong to me.
It totally does.
Does that look wrong to you?
The E just
Maybe it's
like
okay.
stand.
Maybe we're okay. All right. So there's average temperature, average high, average low. Gravity is in meters per second.
Wait, can I have the mouse for a second?
No. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, you can have it.
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
You can have the mouse now.
Oh, okay. The day spin time in Earth days. We could do the same thing here. In Earth days. So we're measuring that. We're putting that out in Earth days. Number of moons, atmospheric context. Yeah. So that's what we've got.
Wait, I need the mouse again for
Go ahead. No, I'm done. All right. So now what I want to do is go back to that create planet method we were looking at. Oh, look out! Trash. Look out, Campbell.
Sorry, I don't have to Oh God!
It's the Surly Dev drones flying around.
So, Dad, it is wrong. It's with an S, not a
Oh, okay, cool.
C.
Can you help me out with there and
Yeah.
rename those for me? I think we're going to go for some art here soon. No, black? That you're going just black? All right, fine.
Oh wait, I forgot to get rid of the C.
Don't forget you can hit Control Dot
Oh, right.
right there. All right, that's better. That looks better to
The
me.
Skype window, the background is frozen, I think. Wait. No, it's not. It's just all the germs are
Yeah,
not
I
moving.
might have to dock them. Black is back, baby. I'm going to dock these guys, get rid of them here for a second. Okay, good. So go back to where we create a planet. It's over in Game Logic.
Model planet? Or no, it's just planet, right? Yeah, create planets.
Yeah, it's model planet. It's line 32. Line 32 we're going to have to get rid of. We're going to need a different... No, let's comment it out. Don't delete it.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
You can just put a slash at the front of it. If you've only got one line, you can do a couple slashes. It's just faster to do that than select it. Good. But we want the first part of that line all the way up to new vector open paren, because we need to put that on the next line.
Huh? Wait, what do you mean?
Select from where you are all the way to the open paren right there. Or actually all the way through the zeros, both zeros.
And then?
Yeah, you want to copy that, get to be a new line. You don't want the slashes on the front of it because that's a comment. We just want the part. We need to create a new transform.
Uh-huh. Why?
We need to position it. And I want to, and I haven't really told you where I want to position it. Get rid of the 2D. Yeah, there you go. I want to position this right next to the sun. So I want the 0, the Y to be 0, and I want the X to be 0. But I want the Z
to be half of...
Or actually, maybe I want the
a
X.
little over half of this.
Yeah, I want it half of the sun. Which
Or
means...
sorry, with the position.
What'd you say?
With the Z position.
Yes. So we're going to start there, and then the next one we're going to move it a little bit further over each time. Does that make sense?
Okay, so we need this number divided by 2.
Yeah, what I would like to do is I would like to make it, I don't want to copy that number. I want to get that number from a reference to the sun that I want to drag on the script.
Okay.
So, and I want you to, if you can figure out what I just said, do that, implement that. This is the best thing in the world. I'm just sitting back. All right, I got you. I see where you're going, and I want to change it. Change this just, I want to change it. I don't want you to specify the sun diameter. I want you to actually drag the sun model onto it. I want in Unity you to drag the sun model onto whatever property you're creating, and we'll call it sun, I think, not diameter. Coding without coding. Mark Bruce Lee Miller, 2021. Try TGO there. Yep, you can make it a game object if you want. You could also make it another type.
A transform.
Yeah. You can do either one. The game object just requires a little bit more work, but you can do the sun. It's totally okay. Don't forget, Control Shift left arrow will select that whole thing and you can replace it. There you go.
Okay.
All right. I think, do we have to make that public? I forget. I think we do.
Right.
Right to see it? Excuse me. Right, there you go. Cool. And one of the things I love to do is just a discipline thing, and I think you're doing it right now. Why don't we see the sun? Oh, it looks like we got a problem in some code. Let's go take a look at where that is.
It's just I didn't add a semicolon on the end of the line because I wasn't done with it yet. But here.
Where? Oh, down there. Oh, right. Comment out that line because we're working on that right now. Or you can finish it if you want to. And scroll it up a little bit so we can see it too. Cool.
This is it. This was the
Yeah. All right, cool. So let's go back over to Unity. So one of the things I like to do is when we create a new field that's part of the script, I like to go hook that up. What is happening? How do we get it all? Oh, you know what? That's a Coderush thing right there. You're doing the strike through on it right there. Did you hit Control S on it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing we recently changed too, that default. We made that default go away. All right.
Not what we want to do.
Game logic. Now we got it. Yeah, I think this is a good habit to get into because often we've forgotten that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or dragging the script on.
All right, let's get the position right now. And the drones are out. Let's see what kind of artwork we're going to get this time.
Oh God, there are so many of them. Just stacked.
Nope.
Oh.
Maybe it's go back to make some changes.
So it is going to be sun dot position.
Is it local position?
Wait,
I
no,
was like
it's
using
local.
local position for some reason. I feel like that's safer.
Local. Dot. Oh wait, I see what you want me to do.
Nice. I love where you're going right now. Good job figuring out that that was gonna maybe have some problems. Oh, ocular malice is a really kind of cool idea, which we'll talk about. I'll talk about that in a little bit. But he says throw an exception in your code, like by calling debug log exception from the start method if your game object variable is not set. Right? I think it's a great idea. So the idea goes like this, Campbell. You take sun like this, and inside your start, you say, hey, so I type in if like this, and then because sun's on the clipboard, I can type in sn, set, is it set to null? Like that. And then after that is, I can say debug .log exception like this, and then we have to give it some sort of new exception like that. So we can say new, you can just say a generic exception like this. There are specialized kinds of exceptions you can throw as well. But I can say something like sun is not assigned like this. And if I do that and we try to run it, do we have code that'll compile? Not quite. Let's comment this out again. Let's just so we can explore and see what's going on with this. Let's go back over to Unity. Let's go find the game logic. Let's kill this. Say none on that. Okay? And let's try to run. And when we run, we should see the error. Yeah, look down there. At the bottom of there. It's behind for everybody else.
I can...
There it is, right there. Whoops.
Oh, right here. Wait.
Good, you do it. I love it when we both are like, here, no, I'll do it. Good job, Camel. So, sun is not assigned. So, see? That's not bad. That's a good way of doing it. I like that because it solves the problem in case somebody else comes along later and changes it to none, right? Yeah. Or debug log error is your other option too. Cool. We can do either one of those. Let's look at debug log error for 1 second. Let's just change that real quickly and see the difference of it. So this is how much code is required to do this. I'm going to comment that out, and we're going to have another one down here, but we're going to say debug log error, and you can see which one you like better. And here, we'll just pass in that text. See it? Oh, it's looking better. See if a command to just go to do random.
Probably.
I don't know how do you get all of them at the very beginning. That's looking kind of cool. All right, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. You know, we can also change this. This is super cool. We can also change this so that you can specify any color you want at all. Okay, so good. We've done this. Don't forget we need to reconnect the sun there. And I'll let you finish the line here. Where were you headed with that? I interrupted you on that, but go ahead.
Yeah, here, wait.
Nice. Planet position. So where do we want to set planet position?
I think right there.
Show me where?
Wait 1 sec. Right here.
And what are you going to set it to?
I'm going to set it to the sun, half of the scale of the sun.
Okay.
On the z-axis plus a little bit. I don't know exactly what.
Plus a little bit if you want to. Okay.
Oh wait, I'm gonna make it plus a variable, and then in model planet I'll add something to the variable each time, so that we can have each planet get further and further away each time. Okay,
that sounds cool. Hold on, we got a very important question coming in from the chat room. Chat room says, can we get the drones to write the code? It might be better than Mark's code. Ocular Malice! That was mean. I need a That Was Mean video to play out here. So Model Planet is, notice down below on lines 44 and 45, model planet is called once for Jupiter and a second time for Saturn.
Yes.
So if we set planet position to just off to the side of the sun, right where you've got it, it'll be set there before we put Jupiter, and it'll also be set there before we do Saturn. It sounds like you wanted to have some sort of incrementing piece to move it out.
Yes.
Okay. Well, why not just have planet position be that kind of incrementing the thing we increment? What if planet position knew exactly where to put the planet, or at least knew where the edge was, and then we could just offset it by that planet, whatever planet we're adding, half of its diameter?
Oh.
Also, Surly's coming in with the assist as well. Surly says, hey, if I splatter blobs of paint all over Mark's code, it won't matter how bad it is. Because you won't be able to read it. And Oculanella says, it'll probably improve it. That's why I do this show, kids. I do it for the love. All right, Campbell, what are you doing, buddy?
Okay. We set it where we first created it.
Well, let's give you just a couple choices, okay? I'll put a couple choices on the screen here in terms of where we can do it. I'm going to take all of this and I'm going to move this up. And so I'll give you three choices. You can put it here. You can put it here, or you can put it here. Or maybe, in fairness, maybe there, if you want. Either way. Which of those three?
Here.
That's where you want to put it. Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so...
Can I get rid of my comments in the other two places?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do that real quickly. That goes away there, and that goes away there. All right, so we're here in the start method. Go ahead.
Oh, wait, did I copy that?
You're going to hit Control-Shift-V to bring up your clipboard history.
I wish that was a thing for everything. Like for...
That's all the stuff I moved, and then what, planet position is where what you had on the clipboard, yeah.
No, that's not one.
You can hit Control-3 now if you want to, and that'll pop it in. Okay.
So planet position...
Killer Malice says, I do it for the children. Okay.
Planet position...
So when we start, what's the planet's position?
The planet's position is equal to half of the sun, so... Sun dot local position. That's not what I wanted.
It's not its position, because its local position Z is going to be 0.
Sorry, scale. It's scale.
Yeah. So this is something that happens to me a lot too, is I'll look at one thing and think it's another, and I'll keep writing code as if all that's true.
Divided by 2.
Okay?
Plus...
some offset amount.
Yeah, I'll just do my planet off.
All right.
Oh. Wait, let me just check something.
You know the scale of the sun is about 1,000, so 100 is about a tenth of that.
So it's about a Jupiter away.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I think it's a fine offset. So that would be the center, you know, that, and I'm thinking, I think I want to rename planet position, because planet position this is not the center position, this is the edge. Planet position, next planet position. I would call it next, either next planet, yeah, maybe next planet position I would call it, I think. Because we're going to change this, right?
Yeah.
And because it's a field and it's not public, I suggest starting it with a lowercase.
Right, sorry.
There is no sorry in coding, but there is oopsies. Okay, and then you've got a little red squiggle on line 34. What's that about?
Oh, it's expecting a semicolon. I think.
Yeah. Ocular Mouse, just a quick question. When are we adding the zombie planet to this part of the show?
There is no zombie planet.
Oh, wow. You just got a deep sigh, Ocular Malice from Campbell. You got a deep sigh. Okay. All right. So we got next planet position is there. Now, what are we going to do? What happens in model planet?
In model planet?
Yeah.
We increment planet off star.
Well, we got to position the planet, right? Look at model planet right now. What are we doing in model planet right now?
Oh, right.
Yeah, Ocular Malice is coming back with a quick retort. He says there's always a zombie planet. Kids these days. Kids, you don't know anything about zombie planets.
Ah, wait, there's an extra L.
Okay, so let's think about this. This is going to take it's going to take the planet and put it, center it right on that planet position. Right?
Oh, right, that's not the best.
What do we want it to do?
We want it to center it at the we want its edge to be.
So how do we get the edge there?
We take its diameter, the planet diameter, and we divide it by 2 and put it that distance away.
Okay, so let's do that.
Okay. Next planet position plus alright, plus planet.
For suggestions there, you just hit enter, it'll fill it out for you.
But I want the planet diameter. Is it planet dot diameter? Yeah, it's
Yeah, look up exactly one line of code, and you can see what we're using in Unity units. Exactly.
Divided by 2.
Okay. All right. Good. So that'll do that. Do you want to try running it, or do you want to? Is there more code you want to write?
I think I'm done writing code, but I'm totally might not be. I'm open to that possibility.
Okay. So let's run it and see what happens.
Wait, did I forget to save? Now I saved it.
It's good to be able to. Make sure we're not maximized so that we can kind of zoom in and move around. We don't have any way to move the camera yet over on the right. So let's run it. All right, we've got 2 spheres that have been created. All right, let's move the camera around so we can kind of see what's going on with that. What is it?
I don't think it's receiving any light.
Looks like you're inside the sun is selected right now. Oh, we're on the other side of the plane. This is our Starfield plane. Let's move the camera to the other side of it. I want to be able to see this and the sun together. Where's the sun?
I don't know.
Move back out. Zoom out. Oh.
Oh, it's inside of the sun? Why? Did it not work? Yep, see, that's the line where the sun is.
Let's look at the code. Well, I'd start by going after line 33. Wait. Wait. I think I know what the problem is. Go back to the debug log. Go back to the Unity. I think we have an error. Do we have the ability to look at the console? Run it. No error. Okay. That's surprising. Can we do this? Can you stop running it? I just want to, I'm feeling that game logic doesn't have sun assigned to it.
I tried. It wasn't before, but then I assigned it to it.
Oh, you did?
I did.
Oh, okay.
No, but the first time we played, I had assigned it.
Okay,
it was assigned.
Run it right now. Are we still in the center? Is I guess my question. We are.
We are.
Okay. And actually kind of, just to confirm, spin the camera around the other side and zoom out too. Because it could be that it was just right next to the sun. Okay. Ocular Mouse has got a tip for us coming in, important tip coming in. Under the camera icon, in the Scene View toolbar, open the menu and you'll see an option. Do you understand what he's saying when he says the Scene View toolbar? So the scene is over here. Yeah. And is there a camera icon there? There it is right there, next to gizmos on the right. Okay. And there's an option for dynamic clipping. Turn that off, is what he's suggesting. And you'll turn off clipping in the editor. Okay.
In the editor?
I think he means the scene.
We'll do it now.
Is what I think he means. I didn't quite see something that I think I was expecting to see a change, but I saw a change, but I didn't quite understand what dynamic clipping is. I was thinking maybe we would see it if we were in it. When you turn it off, then you can see you can set the clipping distance. Oh, look. Okay. Probably better if you scroll them and see what the impact is. Maybe do the far. I think this is more for that situation when it's really far away. That's what I think. Remember when we were doing it yesterday and we positioned them far away and we couldn't see it? Yeah, it's similar to the camera clipping settings that we overrode before. Do you understand what I'm saying, Campbell? I can't quite tell if you're thinking about what I'm saying or not. Did you hear what I said?
Yes. I did.
Okay. All right, can we go to, so we're still inside, is that what we verified? Did you spin around?
Yeah, I did.
And we're still inside? We are definitely inside. All right, let's go figure that out. Let's go look at the code. Did you just sneeze? I was sneezing today too. So I'm going to do debug.log. I'm going to send something out like this.
Interpolated strings.
See that interpolated string, Campbell?
Yes.
I want to see what that is. All right, can you run it and let's see what we get? Campbell's the only one who enjoys my arrival. I enjoy your arrival. Today I was focused on some code though. What is it?
795.
That looks right.
So
look at the code
we know
that
the
put
problem is past
Let's go look at the line of code that sets the planet position. Dracula Malice is in the house. So it looks right. That looks right too. I kind of want to do this.
Wait, I did something wrong. I was trying to hit the tab button on this.
Oh, no worries.
Wrong one.
Putting likes Malice, but that'd be weird. Okay. I don't get it. We're creating a primitive. We're setting its position. Well, you know, we didn't check its position inside of Unity. Let's verify its position in Unity. Can we do that?
Yeah.
What I mean by that is,
sorry.
run it, click on the sphere, and see what its position is. What is it?
0060.
It's 60.
Why 60? This
Okay,
is
go
what
and click
it's
on the other sphere.
supposed to be.
What's the other one?
71.
You know what it's behaving as if
We're subtracting the planet.
it's. Oh wait, hold on. When's create planets called? Oh, I see the problem. It's our order. Look, we're calling create planets. Then we're setting next planet position. We're creating planets. Then we're setting this. So what's the fix to that?
We move them around. Control X.
Yeah, let's not be weird, says Ocular Malice. Let's not be weird. All right, can we run it? See how we're doing now? Save it before you get out of here. Good. There we go.
Yay.
So that's not bad. Okay, click on what sphere 1. There's sphere 1. Where's sphere 2?
It's right outside of it.
Why are the two spheres overlapping?
Did we ever increment the offset?
Let's go in and look at the code.
I don't think we incremented the offset. Yeah, we never incremented.
So that this offset is not the thing we're worried about because this happens in the start. But what I'm worried about is next planet position. That's what we need to be focused on. Because every time the code is doing exactly what we're telling it to do, right? Every time we come in here, it's just using that original planet position, which is off of the sun. But after we've added another planet, ... I see you yawning, my friend. Did you get enough sleep last night?
Yes.
All right, think about what I'm saying. Every time we come in here, it's going to put it right to the edge of the sun plus the offset you specified.
But we want to do it plus the planet that we've just added.
That we just added. So how can we change Nick's planet position and where should we do that change?
I think right at the beginning of model planet. Maybe? Or no?
Well, we've already got one that's working in the right. In other words, we come in here and call it for Jupiter. It works correctly when we call it for Jupiter, right? Model planet Jupiter, it puts Jupiter in the right spot. And then when we put Saturn in, it puts it in the wrong spot. Puts Saturn inside of Jupiter. By the way, we should do one more thing. Check this out. We should come in here to the object. I bet there's a name property on this. We should set it equal to the planet's name. You know why? So we can see it in the hierarchy, right? Let's run it and verify. Is Jupiter wrong or is Saturn wrong? Stop it and run it again. I bet you Saturn is the one that's wrong. Jupiter is going to be right next to it, right? Saturn's got to move over.
Yes.
Right? How far do we need to move Saturn over?
Well, a bit over half of Jupiter's.
Okay, so by half of Jupiter. So what that means is the next planet position has got to be incremented by some portion of Jupiter's diameter.
Yes.
Plus maybe your planetary offset as well, again, if you want. So do that.
I still don't know where though.
Oh, good question. I love it. That was an excellent question. So here's the deal. When we think about methods, right? And methods that are being called again and again and again, right? This is a great, what we want to do right now, Campbell, is we want to change the way your brain thinks about this. But when we call model planet again and again and again, right? Well, we know the first time in, from here to here, everything works. The first time. But now, we know after we set it down, we want to now change where we're going to set it down. Okay?
Ah.
So the question of where, the best place in my opinion is here. This is where we want to change next planet position.
So that it doesn't affect Jupiter, but it does affect Saturn.
So it's lined up. And you know why I want to put it here also? I don't want to put it here because it's already good for the first one. If I put it here, I might mess things up. Also, I'd have to save the last planet. Here, I don't need to save the last planet because I got the last planet. It's planet object.
Oh, yeah.
So I want to change it here. And my hands are off the keyboard.
Okay.
Back to you.
1 second.
The question is, how much do we change it by? And it's okay if you get it wrong because we'll try it and see what it looks like and we'll try again, right? You can solve this by thinking about it and figuring it out, or you can solve it by just trying something and then looking at it and seeing does it work or not. Ocular Mouse has what could be a helpful suggestion. He says change it by 1 billion kilometers. That could be helpful. We can take that suggestion if you want.
Okay.
How much do we move it by?
By half of Jupiter's diameter.
Okay. And what's Jupiter? Inside model planet, what variable represents Jupiter?
Jupiter.
Nope. This is
inside model planet.
Inside this method, model planet, what variable represents Jupiter? Do you
Planet
know?
object. Wait, right?
No, that is the, well, kind of. You might be able to get it from there, but there's a simpler way to get to
Just
it.
planet.
Planet, right. Because we pass it in. See line 51? We're passing Jupiter in on line 51, which means planet will be Jupiter the first time we call this in here. So.
Wait, it's lowercase planet, yes.
What, say again?
It's lowercase planet.
Okay. Yes, that's exactly what I mean. That's exactly what I meant when I was saying.
Diameter. Divided by 2.
Okay. Do you want to add anything to that?
Yes, I also want to add plus the offset, the planet offset,
Yes.
so that it just makes a little bit more sense.
Now there's one problem. You're not going to be able to see it here. Drop a marker here so we can come back. Go up to line 31. Don't worry about this. Don't worry about this yet.
Wait, I need to do offset.
Yeah, we're going to come back and fix it. Go up to line 31. Don't be distracted by that right now. That's not going to work till we fix the second thing.
Wait, can I?
Yeah, you can go ahead and type it
I
in.
just wanted to do it.
Go ahead.
Oh.
It's uppercase. Oh.
Oh.
What'd you do, Pudding? Pudding said, hey, I did a thing.
Oh, it's also a lowercase p. Or uppercase p.
I made a poll. Okay. Pudding sounds like Pudding might be in an inquisitive mood. Okay, Remember I said go up to line 31? Go up to line 31 a
Oh,
second.
we have to declare this somewhere else.
Go up to line 31. What's going on here? Planet offset, that's a constant, or it's a variable right now, actually. It's a variable, not a constant. But it is here. Can you do this for me? Let's do this. Wait,
Yeah,
hold on.
that's not, why did that show up?
Copy this
I
to
was
the
trying to
clipboard.
do-
Copy just low planet offset to the clipboard. Can you do that for me?
Yeah.
Delete this line 31. We can't see it because it's inside another method. Okay, we need to get it outside the method so it's kind of like a field in terms of visibility. It should be part of the class. So you can do that, up there you can do it. Now get on a new line and now type Q for constant, not V. We're going to do Q because it's not going to change. And then make it F for float. And then paste. Enter and then set the value. So Q for constant. Use Q for constants, Campbell. It's a great shortcut.
Wait, sorry, what was the offset? What was
You had it at 100. But you can make it anything you want. Okay?
Ah.
All right, now planet offset can be seen. If you had escaped to get back to where you were, remember line 46, we dropped that marker? There you go, and now it's done. Okay? Now save it, now run it, and see what we got. Ah, nice!
Now we just have to work on adding materials and then getting them to orbit the sun.
Yeah. Can we vote Mark off the island with a poll? We could, but do we want to? That's a poll I can get behind. Ocular Malice says you can vote me off the island, but I'm just going to go around in a dinghy around the island, and I'll be, that'll be my party place. All right, cool. So we got Jupiter and Saturn. Nice. Do you want to add the other planets quickly and see if they all line up?
Sure.
Let's do it. You can select all three of those lines and hit the slash key. Good. So we've got Earth, Venus, Mercury. What else do we have out there? There are a few more planets we've got. Scroll up and you'll see
Venus,
them.
Mercury, Neptune, and Uranus.
Okay, go ahead and get those other ones on there. Throw those other ones at it. Mark's Pity Party coming soon to a Twitch stream near you. I don't know. I don't know if that works for not. Do I get?
At
I
least
don't
you
think
got
my
a
party's a
party.
pity party. I'm not going to pity myself. All right, Venus, Mercury, Neptune. What else do we got?
Neptune, Uranus, and I think that's it.
And
Mars.
we got Mars.
Uranus and Mars.
We know Mars. Okay. The order in which we add them here, Campbell, the order in which they will appear.
Oh, right.
That's okay. I don't mind them being out of order for now. What we can do is we can sort them. I'll show you how to sort things, I think. And so we'll just add them to a list, and then we'll sort the list. And then we'll build everything up. Which is cool because if we want to add the zombie planet that Ocular Malice is requesting. All right, cool. Let's move the camera out. All right. Okay. Oh, that 100 is kind of being a big deal now. See what's going on with the 100?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do. So wait, I want to see which one of these is which. So Jupiter and Saturn are the first ones. But then after that we have...
I think there's a problem with our logic because the distance between every planet should be the same.
It should, but remember we have the half of the diameter of the last planet
Plus 100.
100.
Right. I think we're missing, our math is off by one diameter of a planet. That's what I think it is. Suggestion, make a function that returns the distance between two planets based on its location. Well, yeah, we're kind of avoiding exact placement of them, but yeah, we could certainly do that. That's a good suggestion. I think our math is off, Campbell. Can we go back and review the code on that,
Yep.
please?
Okay.
I think the problem is, my gut feel is the divide by 2 on line 46. Yes. This will work. Hold on. Here's the problem. Look, we're centering this one at Nick's planet positions plus diameter divided by 2.
Oh!
But Nick's planet position we're using is actually off by this. So there's 2 fixes to this. 2 different fixes. One is to get rid of this, and I think it'll work, which is kind of simple. Another way of doing it, which is actually kind of works kind of cool, is this. We do this. We say, hey, Nick's planet position, we're going to add half of that diameter, right? So we center the new planet. We need the new planet. So we place the new planet. Place the new planet at the edge of the previous value for. Does that make sense? So we increment it here, and then we increment it again by another half. In other words, your math was right here, assuming that we had adjusted the planet position correctly. So that's the second fix. Let's run it now and see the distance. I think we're going to see consistent distance now.
Yep, much more consistent, I would say.
There you go. All right, that's better. That's happier for me. Okay, so that 100, that's 100 right there. You can shorten or widen that, whatever you want to do, but that's it. The other thing I really like about this, I was not expecting this, is that these spheres are not casting shadows, which is actually awesome because I want to be able to see the planet. You know, the back. I want to see the planet when we actually get the modeling on it. All right, next we need to get the textures.
Yes.
I think what I want to do is something similar to what we did before, where we created kind of a game object that was a parent, and we dragged all the textures into that parent. We created textures and dragged it into the parent object, or we created children and dragged them in. Remember what we did with the game, where we had a parent object and we had all the obstacles that were children? I want to do something similar, so we can go to the parent object, just go through it and look for things like, is it named Neptune? And if it is, use it. So I think what I want to do, let's try this. Let's add a new game object. Mouse asks if we're going to use shader graph to create the textures. No, I don't think I was going to do that. I don't know what shader graph is, so not an expert in that. You've got a new game object in there. Okay, now let's see if we can create a 2D texture somewhere. I saw something where we can create a 2D texture. You can right-click here.
2D textures in what? Like,
I think right-click down here in Assets and see if you can create a new 2D texture.
Okay.
I don't know. A new texture. Let's see if we can do this. Create new texture. Anything? I saw testing and got excited for a second. Try render texture. Maybe that's it. Custom render.
Isn't. I think
that's not right.
It isn't. We've used this before. It could not be, but.
Okay. Shader graph, visual way to build a shader instead of HSL coding. Check out some tutorials on it. Very cool. Try this. Can you try dragging 2K Earth into game object, and does it become a child? It does not. It's not allowing me to drag it in. I want to create something that I can drag in and reference. That's what I'm trying to do. Okay. Let's keep exploring here. Our new render texture, where did that go? I don't see where that went.
Oopsies. Oops.
Hit undo. Just hit undo.
Control Z.
Okay. How come we still have the inspect for the new render texture? Did that show up somewhere? I don't see it.
No, I do not.
Oh, it's down inside. It did show up. It's down in the project, down to the side of you right there.
Oh.
It's yours. Yeah, right there. I guess that's not what we want. We don't have a way to throw a bitmap on there, right?
A bitmap?
Yeah, I want to drag one of these images onto it. Okay, let me try something. Let me grab the mouse. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I want to get rid of this. Yep. Delete it. I want to come down here and say create. What else do I have?
You have a shader.
What about over here? No, there's no texture. Where's my texture? I want to create a texture. Sprite. Sprite?
There's a Text Mesh Pro. Wait, no.
I don't want text. I want to be able to dynamically grab these images. I'm not sure how to do that. Let me go back. Switch over to my.
Sorry, texture and texture.
What did you say, Campbell?
I just thought that texted stood for texture in that for a second.
Is texture the right word? Maybe I'm not.
Material, I guess. Custom material.
Change material texture at runtime.
No.
So material. Okay. So maybe I do this. Create a material and drag it onto the game object. Texture and materials. Yeah, I kind of want to do a list of them is what I want to do. Oh wait, I could do it that way. Hold on. We can do it this way. Yes. So let's do this. We're going to say, let's create an empty object again. Now it's in the child, right? Let's rename this to Neptune.
Neptune.
Let's drag the texture onto Neptune. Oh, come on.
It has to have a mesh renderer for it to work.
What did you say?
It has to have a mesh renderer.
Hold on. What am I doing? Wrong screen? Oh, thanks, buddy. Thanks. Sometimes I do that. Material. Now let's try this. Neptune material. Call it Neptune matte. Right? Now I'm going to drag this. Can I drag this anywhere up here? Come on. Help me out. How do I do this, Campbell?
I think that maybe if you add a mesh renderer to Neptune, you can just drag the material onto the game object Neptune.
Right here.
Add component and then mesh renderer.
Okay.
And now you should be able to drag Neptune onto it.
Woohoo! I think we did it. Okay. That's it. Drag texture to the box next to albedo? What is that? I didn't see that. It looks like, did we do it or not? Is there an albedo on here?
Oh, yeah, wait. I think I know what he's talking about.
Show me what he's talking about.
No.
Yeah, I tried that. What about there?
Oh,
there. Woohoo! Okay. So that works as well. So we got a couple different options of doing this. We got the Neptune material and 2K Neptune. I'm saying let's just drag these on because I think they're going to be easier if we do it. So let's delete this a second just to get organized here a second. Delete that. Did we get this one up here? We did. So we added a mesh renderer. So the idea is we take these, we want to duplicate. We want to be able to find it too. Well, it's got a name Neptune. So I think we're good. So we're just going to duplicate this.
We might want to tag them all with like the name planet.
I was thinking about that too, but then we have to go manually create all those tags.
No, we only have to create one tag and then add it to all of them.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's going to help us because we're going to know that this is going to be that parent object. We're going to go through its children. Hold on. This one is Saturn. Where's Saturn?
Saturn, 2K Saturn right next to
There it is. I see it. Okay, there's Saturn. Can you give me a couple more in here, Campbell? Just like this, just duplicate them, dragging the pieces on there. So we've got the renderer pieces there.
Okay. We also might want to make a ring for Saturn.
Yeah, I'm down with that. We've got the Saturn ring asset right there.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking that.
Thanks, Ocular Malice, for that tip. Drag the texture to the box next to albedo. That was an awesome tip. Because I thought that was a dead end when I was looking at it. Did you get Mars set up? Looks like you did. Venus or Mercury. Okay, Mercury. Cool. Good job, by the way, Campbell, helping us out with the mesh renderer suggestion. That shows a really, a much better grasp of Unity than I have. I really appreciate that. Ocular Malice says materials are powerful, as you can make them transparent, change their color, create bump mapping, etc. Then you can change the shader to do even more visuals. When we actually have a bump map, we have a bump map for Earth.
And we also have one for Mercury, I think. Or is it that Venus?
I don't know. Venus, we have the atmosphere. We have a separate one for the atmosphere of Venus, I think. We have one for the ground, and yeah. But Earth, we have the bump map. It's right above Campbell's head right there. That. Or wait, no, that's the normal. Isn't the normal the same as a bump map? I think it is, but I'm not sure. I'm not a game dev kid. All right, what are you doing now? What do you have left?
I'm trying to find out which ones I'm missing. I know I'm missing Earth. And is that it? Are there only 7 planets? Or I thought there were 8 for some reason.
Yeah, so the bump map is the normal.
Should I put a child in Earth for the Earth clouds?
No. Let's not worry about the clouds on Earth now.
Live in the smoke. Okay. I think that's all of them.
Okay, cool. Thanks for those tips.
There's also Earth's moon, but I don't think we created a moon. Right?
One thing I want to explore for a second here, though. Hold on one second. I want to come in here. Let's go back in and create a new material. Where is it?
It's right here.
Oh, there it is. Thanks. Okay, so create a new material. There's the bump map right there. So for Earth, we could do this as an Earth material. And we could grab the Earth in and drag it in like that. So we could say, there is that. And then we could say the normal
clouds
goes in there, like that. It says this section is not marked as a normal map.
Fix it in that.
I'm going to fix it. Let's say fix it. Okay. So
now we might actually want to bring that, even though it doesn't change it much.
You want to use it?
Yes.
You want to use it in for Earth?
For Earth.
All right, let's see. Can we drag it in? We can drag it into it. So Earth, when you click on it,
it should have a bit more detail than
it's still. What's interesting is it's still got the. Go back and click on Earth. It's still got the mesh renderer, and the mesh renderer is using the new material. So all we have to do, I think, for all of these is just assign the mesh renderer to our object we're creating. Just a direct assignment, I think, will work. Last thing I want to do is this parenting game object. I want to give it a name, and then we need to go back to the script.
Okay. This one right here?
No, the parent game object, the one that's just named game object. I want to call it like
planets.
Planet textures.
Oh right, yeah, planet textures.
That cool. Now let's go to the code. Let's create a new property up at the top. A new public field that is going to be of type game object.
Okay.
And that's going to be called planet textures or something like that. Oh, Ocular Mouse has got that tip too. Let's go back and do that in a second. So, this is planet textures. We're hooking up planet textures and gonna figure out. We're gonna go looking through the children to find them. Make it public. Okay, let me do one thing. I'm going to copy this to clipboard. I'm going to follow that pattern. See this right here?
Uh-huh.
I'm going to duplicate that, and then I'm going to paste in planet textures there. Right there. And we'll do the same thing there. So we got those error messages coming out. Okay? Best practice, right? To keep us from, we're writing protected code to take care of us in case we make a mistake. Let's go back out. If you want to now, we can go back out and assign planet textures to that game object. Cool. Now we've got to actually use them. What method are we going to in what method do we need to assign the texture?
In model planet, right?
Yeah, model planet. Exactly right. So down here we've got to find it. I think it's going to look, the code I feel like should look like this. By the way, let me ask you a question. This right here, how do you feel if I change this line of code? I'll keep this for a second so you can see it. How do you feel about that now instead?
I'm fine with that.
You're fine with this now? Yeah, when we started, this was a little this was a little weird when we started. But now if you're okay with that, you're getting better, feeling more comfortable with it. Planet position plus equals. Same line of code. It does the same thing. Are you okay with that? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now what I think it looks like is this. Our planet object, that's the game object we're creating, this primitive up here. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to say this dot, what is it? Render, mesh renderer. What is it called? Oh, it's add component. Add component. And I think it's a mesh renderer.
Nope. No, we don't need to add that. When you create a sphere, it already comes with a mesh renderer.
Okay, I did not know that.
When you create, and because the mesh renderer is what renders it, so if you created a sphere without a mesh renderer, you wouldn't be able to see it. So
Okay.
I think it already comes with it.
Okay, Ocular Malice is saying put on the brakes for a second. Ocular Malice says this isn't the best way to do it. Do what we're trying to do. So look at using Magic Resources folder where you can load game objects, materials, textures, etc. at runtime. So giving us a link there. You can assign the folder at runtime through the materials property of mesh renderer. Okay, I hear the suggestion. I'm gonna keep going. Is what I'm gonna do. Campbell says we've already got one, so a mesh renderer. So
We might want to do just get component mesh renderer. And then change the material.
Fine. Let's do it. Get component. Whoops. Get component mesh renderer. Call this the mesh renderer. I just want to see what happens with this. I trust you that this is maybe not the best way. So we're going to say, hey, if the mesh renderer is equal to null, then let's do this. Let's do two things. Let's say mesh renderer is equal to, and what do we call it? Planet textures. And then we gotta go find it. Get planet. Oh no. I want to call add on it. That's what I want to do. Yeah, get component mesh render material should work off at the top of my head. That's what we think. All right, so if it's null, let's just do this. We'll just do a debug log or debug error. And we're going to say there's no mesh renderer on the primitive sphere we created. Okay, and then we want to say mesh renderer, and let's exit here if that's a problem, so we won't continue trying to work with a mesh renderer. Here we're going to say mesh renderer dot material is equal to, and we create a method called get planet material, and we're going to pass in planet.name. All the properties you see in the editor are available in code, but not all can be set at runtime. Okay. Yeah.
It's the planet material. It's part of. Oh. Okay.
Not created yet. We're gonna make it. So now what I want to do is go to planet textures.
But I know what you're trying to do, and yeah, you can do it. I think.
Get component
in children.
Get components in children. That's what I want. And I want to get the. Do I want to get the mesh renderer? No, I don't. I want to get. Well, yeah, maybe I do.
Mesh renderer and then dot. Wait, can I have the mess for a second?
Yeah. I need to finish.
in here. Okay, so mesh renderer dot element 0 or something like that. I think we're trying to access element 0 and then add the material in here.
Oh, materials is a list.
Yep.
Maybe. Okay, thanks for checking that. Let me get back over here.
Huh.
I forget how to get to the parent. So meshes like this. And then, so that's going to give us a list of all the meshes in the children. Then we're going to do a for each mesh renderer in there. Then we're going to say, do I have a mesh renderer? Can I get to its parent? Is that how I do it as the game object? I'm trying to get to the game object is what I'm trying to do. How do I do? We did this before where we had to iterate through all the children and then we had to kind of go back up and get the game object. I kind of want to just, I would love to be able to iterate through the game objects. It seems like it's a serious, there's no get children. It's just like a serious flaw in the architecture. There's no way to easily do it. We did this before with the transforms. I think when we went from the transform to the parent. Yeah, what I'm trying to do though is I need to identify the parent by name. And the problem is I'm trying to see how do I get to the parent. Let me go search for this. I'm gonna switch back to my machine here a second here. Unity, get parent. The objects are in the transform. So Oculus Mouse is saying go through the transform. Let's go try that. We'll do this instead. So we're going to say TTX, or TX4 rather, it gives me the transform. Oops. Can I get to the parent from a transform? Is that going to help me at all? Parent, there it is. Okay. All right, fine. Yeah. Okay. So the parent is going to be a game object, I'm pretty sure. And then that's we can... no, it's a transform. I want the game object. Here's what I'm trying to do, Ocular Malice. I'm trying to get to this, the game object, so I can check its name. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to iterate through all the children. We did it before. I'm just not remembering it. I'm going to have to open up that up. Unless you got the answer as well, you can give that to us. I'm going to open that up, our old code, Campbell. I'll see if I can find some example on that.
Okay.
Ocular Mouse is saying, ugh, really? Why would you say ugh on that? I don't think that's an ugh. Iterating through children, it's a nice thing. It's a nice way of organizing, I think.
No,
You think that's something else?
No, I think he's saying ugh to the fact that we can't do it easily. Maybe.
Iterate through the transform planners and check the names. Transform of a name property? Hold on. Let's get back over to your machine, Camel. Is there a name property in here for real? What? What? Name is in transform?
Why?
That seems absolutely wrong. Okay, fine. We're going to come down here and say, hey, look, if name dot, I'm going to convert it to lowercase, equals name dot to lower. I'm converting both so that we don't have to have a case sensitive match in case we, I don't want to worry about that too much. So if those are both equal, then we now know that this transform is that piece. Now can we call it get component on that? Get component. And now we want to bring in, what did we say? It was a mesh renderer? Like that. And it's got a material. And that's what we want to return. And down here we're going to say return null. RN for return null. Okay? Really, that's like blowing my mind. Does this have a name property as well? It does. Okay. Well, in that case, we can fix that. I didn't know that. That's actually kind of cool. Mesh renderer. I'm assuming that's the name of the game object. And let's rename it one more time here. Let's see if this works. Rename meshes. Let me rename one more time. Meshes, like that. This is going to be mesh. If the names match, then we're going to simply return the mesh.material. A little bit easier there. Like that. Okay, can you tell me about the code I just wrote, Campbell? Can you explain what each line does there?
Yes, I believe that I can. So in this, we are getting the mesh renderer from we're getting the component mesh renderer from the children, and we are assigning it to a variable meshes. And then in this for each loop, we are saying for each mesh renderer, mesh and meshes. I'm actually not quite sure what the for each is checking for.
Okay, so for each right here is going through each of the meshes in this list. Then it's checking to see the name. Looks like Ocular Mouse is getting us back on track. He said the way we had it before was better. I'm going to undo, go back to the transforms, like that. There. So we're getting all our transforms.
Transform.
And then I think we may need to do, instead of transform.name, transform.gameObject.name.
What?
Just to be clear. Then, maybe, do we need to do this? GameObject.getComponent. I'm feeling that's the safest way in. All right, so let's look at it. The for each, when I asked you to, what was going on here, your for each, you said you weren't quite sure what was happening here. Is that right?
Yes.
So here, it's basically I'm giving you a list of things that are the same. They're all a bunch of transforms. They're the same type.
Yes.
It's like giving you a box of sticks of bubble gum or something like that, right? Sticks of gum, right? And what I'm saying for each, what I'm saying is, Campbell, for each of the sticks in this box, I want you to chew it.
Okay.
So for each says, hey, for every single one of those, I'm going to declare a new variable called transform. It's like this. Watch this. If I change this to box of sticks of gum, like that, and this type, change this to stick of gum, and this one is gum, like this, then gum.chew would look like that. So that example I just gave you, if I give you a box of sticks of gum, and I say, Campbell, for each stick of gum, I want you to chew it, the code would look like that.
Okay.
Okay? So that'd be a lot of chewing. So please stop that. So now what we're doing is we're going through all the transforms. So Planet Textures, remember, is this thing. And it's got all these children.
Yes.
So when we say get components and children, we ask specifically for the transform. It's going to give us a list. This right here means it's an array. Do you know what an array is?
Isn't it multiple things?
Yeah, it's a whole bunch of transforms in a long line. You can imagine them in a long line. Okay? It's a one-dimensional.
We have multiple planets in the game object.
Yeah, it's a one-dimensional array. By the way, just a preview of future things. If you want to do a two-dimensional array, you can declare it like that. A three-dimensional, four-dimensional, five-dimensional, six-dimensional, seven-dimensional array. You can declare multi-dimensional arrays if you want to. We're going to do a one-dimensional array, which requires no comments at all. Okay? So for each transform, we're going to go to get to the transform's game object, check its name, lowercase it, and compare it with the name of the planet that we're passing in.
Yes.
And lowercasing that. Let me rename this to planet name. Now, the only thing I don't like about this is I'm like, well, there's better ways to do this kind of comparison. That's, and one of those things that's happening is I'm lowercasing this every time inside the loop. And I might want to create like a variable up at the top here that's like lower planet name is equal to that. So I don't have to execute that code every time. Makes this a little simpler. That's one way to fix it. Okay, and then if we find it, we're going to return it. Otherwise, we're returning null. So that's what get planet material is doing. That might work. At this point, you know, it might work. Either it'll look no different than what we already have, or it'll work. And if it doesn't work, we can go, you know, start looking for errors and console logging and all kinds of things like that.
Oh, the first one is the default material. Not good news. Oh, wait. Good news.
Oh, Earth showed up okay.
Good news.
So what did we miss? What's not working?
Mercury. No, Mercury's good.
This is the clipping settings. Go into, wait, stop. Hold it right there. Go into the camera. Turn off dynamic clipping. Or turn it on, turn it back on. Okay, cool. Wait. Okay, good. Yeah, that's where I want it.
On. Okay.
On. Okay, so what looks good and what looks bad?
Mercury is good. Venus is good.
Oh, nice.
Earth is good. Jupiter's not.
Jupiter's not. Do we have a Jupiter texture in the planet textures?
Yeah.
Stop the game a second.
Oh, wait, sorry.
Look inside our
we
planet
don't have
textures.
a Jupiter here.
That's what I'm talking about.
No biggie.
All right, cool. So let's add that.
I knew there were 8 of them.
This is the cool thing about this now. We want to add a zombie planet, Campbell. Like, how easy is that to do?
Super easy.
On my machine, while you do that, I'm going to search for a texture for the zombie planet.
Now everything's good. I think. Wait, let me just go through these. Jupiter's good. Saturn's good. Earth is good. Venus is good. Mercury's good. Neptune's good. Uranus is good. And Mars is good.
Cool. I think I got one for you. Got a zombie planet texture. Well, there's a couple of... Actually, this one's looking cool, too. Hold on. No, that's not a full-on texture, though.
You can share it with me via Dropbox.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it. I'll show you what I'm looking at right here. I'm kind of liking this one for the zombie planet. I'm kind of liking that one right there. Yeah, I think I'm going to email this link to you is what I think I'm going to do.
Okay.
Then you download it. Pick up your email on the other monitor so you keep all that private.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I already have
Are you posting this code? I can create a sun shader for you. We have not posted the code. I'm not sure what we're going to do. We've kind of been doing some small projects. So I don't think we're going to do that. Let me copy the image address on here. Switch back over to Campbell's machine. I'll email that to you in just a second. And then let's go create a new zombie planet. Let's add a zombie planet by giving it some numbers as well. Okay. Let me switch back over. All right. Yeah, get the zombie planet there. You've got the Skype up there blocking the screen a little bit up on the upper right.
Here, wait. Let me just check. Oh, wait. Can I have the mouse for a sec? I have to.
Sorry, I was just dragging it off. I sent it to you via email. I just realized I should have sent it to you via Skype.
It's okay.
That would have been so much faster. There it is via Skype as well.
So this is the...
That's the image right there.
There's the image, yeah. So, import new asset.
Do you know what path it is that?
It is in... Where? Oh, wait. Wait. Okay. It's probably in downloads.
Okay. if you're not sure.
Because normally when you save a photo from
yeah, I think that's it. Tumblr right up there.
This is it.
Okay. All right, cool. Zombie planet. Got the mesh renderer. Sweet. All right,
Now we
let's...
just need to give it a diameter.
What'd you say?
Now we just need to give it a diameter.
Right, so let's go back over to the code. Scroll up where we're building our planets. Right here. Call this the zombie planet. So to the answer to the question when we're going to do it, the answer is now. Distance from the sun, I don't know. We'll make it very far, much farther away than Neptune. And but we're going to give it a pretty big size too, though. 99,000 kilometers. The rest, I think we'll keep everything else. It's sort of maybe what it's made of. It's made of zombies. That's its atmosphere.
Wait, it's made... Oh.
And how many moons does it have? Adding the zombie planet makes me happy. We're going to throw in 69 moons right here. And no comment on that, other than let me go out here and we're going to duplicate that and throw in zombie. And now let's run it. And we've got the zombie planet. Take that, Ocular Malice. Take that.
Okay.
All right, get me in there. Let's look at it. Is that it?
Yeah. Oh, it's much bigger than Mars.
Yeah, it's giant, isn't it? So Mars at the very end. Let's sort them now and put them in the right order. Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
So we don't have to do it, so it just does it for us? Let's do that sorting. Aquamouse says awesome. Cool. So back over to the code. So let me show you sorting here. Sorting is something you can do with lists. Now I should also tell you, I'm not an expert on on sorting. I almost always have to look it up. Let's jump up over here. So we want a list of planets. So I've taken planet. See that right there, Campbell?
Yeah.
I've got planet and it's copied to the clipboard. If I want to create a new list of whatever's on the clipboard, I type in NL and the dot means of. Look right here on the screen. What are you looking for? What's over there in your screen? What's going on?
My stream deck.
Oh, okay. You want to hit some buttons?
Yeah, I'm getting some.
Okay, hit a button and then hit a button and then.
No, I have to wait for you to do something.
Oh, you have to wait. You're getting ready. Okay, very fine. So if I want a new list of something, I type in NL dot. And then if it's on the clipboard, I type in that slash right there, the one on the top of the keyboard. And it builds all that code for me right there. So now I type that in. So now I'm going to call this my planets, like that. And then I'm going to say, I'm going to come down here and everywhere it says model planet right here, I'm going to change it instead to say, and watch this too, I should show you this. This is actually a cool tip. If I want to change a whole bunch of things.
The button didn't work.
What?
The button didn't work.
Oh, okay. Well, that's probably good news for me, right?
No, it was nice variable name.
Oh, nice variable name is what you were going to hit me with? All right. That's too bad it didn't work. Okay. Should we find the nice variable name? Should we get that to you? Hold on.
I have the button, but when I press it, it doesn't work, even though the buttons were working earlier today.
I'm sorry about that. We need to go through.
Nice variable name.
That's what you wanted to do?
Yes.
Right there. Okay, let's see. Let's get back over to you. All right. So if I want to change a rectangular selection, this is a Visual Studio feature, not a Coder's feature. I hold on Alt and Shift together and now move the cursor around. And look what I can do. So I can now select this. See it?
Yeah.
And now I can just paste, right? And then I can type in .add. So now I've got my planets, and I've just changed all those lines of code really quickly. See that?
Yeah.
Now I've got my planets, I'm adding them. Now I want to sort them. Well, I want to sort them. I'm just going to say sort. Not doing that yet. And at the end of that, what I want to do is I want to do another for each planet. I want to then call the original thing that I was calling, which was model planet, and pass in the planet. So that's how I'm changing this code that we had before. We used to have a single line that was modeling each one of these, but now we're going to add them. So next we want to sort them. Let's see if we can get the sort to work. See if I can figure this out.
I want to see if if adding the actual texture to the Earth worked.
Okay, let's get the
Let's
sorting
figure out
done.
the
Let's finish
yes.
this.
First
then
sort, and then
you got that. You can do that. What do I have as my options here? Comparison. Compare. I feel like I need, I compare comparison. I need an example. I'm sorry, guys. I'm like, this is me. Sometimes, I just don't sort a lot. So let's go in here and do this. C# list sort example. There's some other cool methods in there. What do we got? What do we got? Give it to me. Where's my sort call? This is an I comparer we're doing. Yeah, I don't think I want that necessarily. I want to just do it with an expression. I feel like that's not the example. That's closer. Yeah, look, I've been here before. I upvoted this. There it is. It's order by is what I want. So order by.
Check out the chat room.
There you go. Ocular Malice gave it to me. Okay. Ocular Malice with the win. Order by is what I want. Thank you. Switching back over to Campbell's machine.
order by.
Yeah, it's not sort. That's why I always have so much trouble with this, because I got to go to order by. Order by is not here. Is that because we don't have a link up here at the top? Order by.
Maybe we have to add a using.
I did. I just added it right there. So order by, and then we're going to order by distance. Average distance to sun. That's what I want to order it by. Okay?
Okay.
So try it now. And now we should see Mercury first. Uh-oh. Is Mercury first? It doesn't look like Mercury's first. Jupiter's first? What?
Yeah, Mercury is not.
Oh, wait. I know what I did. I know I did it wrong. Hold on.
Oops,
My
sorry.
bad. I think, yeah, I need to reassign. Yeah. This does it, but it gives something new. What I need to do is I see planets is equal to that dot to list. That's what I need to do. I'm sorry about that. That's my bad.
Well.
Okay, give me
Sorry.
a run again. Run it.
Why is this still here?
Thanks, Ocular Malice, for not berating me on that, because I probably deserve it for that one.
Yeah.
Not knowing order by. Did it work?